So, main thing we discussed obviously in terms of the setup was how you were standing the ball in terms of the tension that you had. You had quite a tense position at address, certainly gripping the club under the lifeline of your left hand puts your left hand in what we call a weaker position, not in terms of performance or pressure, it's a weak grip that way, that's strong grip, okay, but you were too far round to the left, restricted a lot of things, and it got you very tight in your arms, and your pressure point was underneath the left thumb, squeezing down, rather than a nice security in the fingers.
Yeah.
So if we can get it secure in the fingers, a way to hold the club, sort of put the club across your toes there, as we show, sort of hold it kind of this way out in front of you, and then you'll find you get your left hand in a better position there to start with, okay? After a week, 2, maybe 3, a month at tops, that left hand will start feeling more natural where it's positioned. You won't feel the need to put the club across your toes, you just put it straight back in front of you, which is fine. Okay? In terms of the swing then, when you are more relaxed, the feeling needs to be from the top of the back, so when you go back, okay, from here now, we're going to let the arms just drop down, okay? Look at these 2 back swings here now. Okay, that's a little bit longer back, so your hands are certainly higher because you've just gone back further to sign you're less tense. Okay, when you were coming down here before, the club now is going out in front, hitting the golf ball from what we call an out to in position, so therefore creating a lot of that spin, which will be a weaker shot. You can actually see maybe your left hand's probably lifting off the ground a little bit, a sign your weight is staying on the back foot, trying to almost help it up in the air. And you said yourself, when it was going off to the right as it was, you were trying everything. Feet closer, feet narrow, move them back. And it's interesting a lot of times when I speak to people about what they try and do, they all seem to work on their feet. And no golf ball in the last 1,800 years in golf has ever been hit with a foot, has it? That's football. So why are we always focusing on our foot? I don't know why. I mean, this is the number one thing we've got to focus on. What's this doing? And then what's attached to that? The hands, okay? And work it back to that. So your hands, your arms, those sort of things are generally going to be your sort of first port of call rather than worrying about where your feet are. I mean, look at Lee Trevino. Lee Trevino aimed at 50 yards left and hit the ball over there somewhere. His feet don't matter. It's where the club head comes back to the golf ball ultimately, okay? But once you've got in a more relaxed position and sort of understood the concept of how your arms are just going to drop and fall down rather than that sort of tension, and if there's tension in your shoulders, your arms can't drop. So therefore your right shoulder sort of throws the club over here, as we can see, compared to the impact position of this one, the club coming down. So the shaft here now is staying left of the golf ball, where this shaft has actually gone that side of the golf ball to the right, so over here somewhere across the ball, and a much more efficient. So this one's going to come across, impart left to right spin, so that ball now won't go as far, whereas this one a much more direct hit, just by the fact the ball is blurring more. I mean, I think that gives us a bit of an indication how fast the balls go off the club face. If we look at this golf ball here now, not really much of a blur at all. It just sort of pops up in the air and away he goes. This one here, it's blurring a lot more because you hit it with much more efficiency. So when you go through the golf ball there now to target, you start moving up onto that left side. So the right side starts moving, the left side you're moving onto. Just a more efficient, and as you said yourself, a lot easier movement to make. Yeah, you're not trying to hit at it. You're creating club head speed by being loose and maximising the efficiency of your 60-70 mile an hour club head speed that way, as opposed to that way. Yeah, and again, it's a lot easier way to play golf ultimately.
Yeah.
And that is the same with every single club in the back, whether you're using a pitching wedge, a 7-iron or whatever, or a driver. Exactly, all the same. You want the arms to be coming down so they feel nice and relaxed and loose, tense-free, boom, just nice and relaxed. In some ways, one-arm swings aren't a bad thing to practice, okay? But just really feel it loose in your shoulder socket there. If you feel tension and you're doing this and throwing the club, he's going to come across the ball and you just create that left to right spin. Or if you come significantly across the ball, that's where obviously your strike will be affected. You might get the shanks or the toe end that scuttle off the side there. So, okay, let's have a couple. Yeah, just feel the arms dropping. There you go. Just feel that arm just dropping down, tension free. And it's surprising how much club head speed you feel you get when you do that, don't you? You're not hitting that with your right shoulder, just let your arm and club head speed come down with it. So, does that make sense, then, Keith? Yeah.
They do.
Good man.